We need to talk about what Nikola Jokic is doing to the NBA this season, because the numbers and the results are shocking. It's not just dominance, it's a whole new level of genius. And at this level, he's not even playing against the players anymore. He's now playing against the coaches.
He's so good, he's not even playing against the Miami Heat players. He's playing against Spoelstra.
Yes.
His mind is playing against Spoelstra.
Yes.
Oh, you want to do that? Okay, I have a counter for that. He's playing a whole different game.
And to think that he could still raise the bar after setting it so high when he won 3 MVPs in 4 years, that's crazy. But here's the thing. If you think this is just another record-breaking season, you're wrong. Right now, we're on the cusp of another watershed moment, and here's why. Jokic is averaging 32 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists per game for the 2024-2025 season. Now let that sink in. Now, here's what that means. It means we're witnessing an historic, groundbreaking performance from a player in real time. We're talking Michael Jordan 1987-88 level, or Wilt Chamberlain's 1961-62 season. I get that that might sound blasphemous to the old heads, but this is no recency bias. This man is putting up performances that are better than what legends like Kobe, Steve Nash, Magic Johnson, Tim Duncan, and Steph Curry did during their MVP seasons. Bro, that's no joke. He's smashing records and making sure it's all broke.
Is he the best player in the game?
Yeah.
Most skilled, for sure.
Yeah. He's the best player.
He and Luka, though. Luka's skilled, too.
The reason I say that, 2 years ago, I saw Mike Malone. They needed a 2. They ran a post-up for him. They needed an assist. They put the ball in his hand. He hit Jamal Murray backdoor. Came down to the end of the game. They needed a 3 to tie it up. They ran a 3-point play for him, and he made a 3 at the top of the circle. And I'm sitting here saying, this is a non-athletic center. When they needed a 2, they threw it to him in the post. They needed an assist, he made the pass. And when they needed a 3, Mike Malone ran the out-of-bounds play for him, and he knocked down the shot. I'm saying to myself, I've never seen a center that's so multidimensional and so good at every aspect of the game. It blows your mind.
But the craziest part of it all is it's not just the numbers, it's how he's doing it. Jokic isn't out there bulldozing through defenses like a Shaq or a LeBron would. Dude is so slow, it even annoys people how he manages to get the job done. He's deconstructing teams with surgical precision. His efficiency on the court? Unmatched. His court vision? Elite. And that's still not the end of it. The Joker recently matched a record held by a player who was the Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan.
Elgin was the first one to, go up for the jump shot and hang up there for 15 seconds, have some lunch and a cup of coffee, and, the defenders would all be back on the ground, and he'd finally decide to shoot the thing.
Elgin Baylor was Michael Jordan before Michael Jordan.
Yes, that's how good Elgin Baylor had to be able to notch up 100-plus points, 25-plus rebounds, and 15-plus assists over a mere 2-game span. That record was set 60 years ago and was supposed to remain unbroken till eternity, until this flabby and slow Slavic dude showed up. Now let me tell you exactly why we're witnessing history in real time. Let's take a trip back to the 2023-2024 season, a year where Nikola Jokic didn't just play basketball, he dominated it, securing his 3rd MVP award in 4 years. Only 6 players in NBA history have achieved this feat, and that should have been more than enough for a player who was the 41st player to be drafted. Fast forward to the 2024-2025 season, and Jokic has not only maintained his elite status, he's elevated it. He's averaging mind-boggling numbers and doing it with a field goal percentage of 56.1% and an astonishing 50% from beyond the arc. Can you imagine someone besting Steph Curry at shooting threes? Yeah, he's doing that too this season. And if it all feels like we're in a simulation, then what Jokic and the Nuggets are doing this season is yet another reason to believe in the Matrix. You see, with Nikola Jokic off the floor, the Nuggets' offensive rating is 86.3, the worst in NBA history. But when he's on the floor, their offensive rating is 125.8, the best in NBA history. And here's how he's doing it.
Make it real simple. For every 100 times the Nuggets have the ball, okay? When Jokic is on the court, they score 33 more points. I'm going to say that again. Forget about those numbers. For every 100 times they have the ball when he's on the court, they score 33 more points than when they don't have him for the 100 times on the court. That's like Giannis, just so you know, Giannis is leading the league in scoring at 32 points a game, and he has about 100 possessions in a game, give or take. It's like having an extra number one scorer in the league come onto the court when Jokic comes on the court. When he goes off, it's like losing Jokic and that leading scorer. This is compelling, okay? I thought that the bar was too high for him to win a fourth MVP this year. He's clearing that bar.
Seriously, what are the odds that a player that does all this is called the Joker? What's more, like an actual Joker in a card game, which is designed differently, Jokic's ways, from how he talks to how he plays, are different. And does he act like a jester making a mockery of the NBA? You bet. And believe it or not, he's leading a revolution in basketball now. As you all know, Nikola Jokic isn't your typical center.
Nikola Jokic.
I love that guy.
I can't stand
You gotta
him.
break that down to me. That guy's so cool.
It's simple, and it's going to sound real stupid.
Is it because his body looks like a snow cone?
It's because he is the most unathletic dude I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's why I love him, man.
He's not out there dunking on people or blocking shots into the stands. He's just a weird mix of Akeem Olajuwon, Larry Bird, and Steve Nash. And yes, this isn't just a unique style, it's a revolution. Jokic relies on IQ over athleticism, proving that in basketball, brains can often beat brawn. His basketball IQ is so high, it's a pity there's no way to measure it, because that would really help scouts find the next Jokic if there ever was one. But as Gilbert Arenas said, don't go looking for it.
You can't find another center that's going to be able to do what he do. So don't go there looking for it, because you wasn't looking for it when it came.
Right.
That was his ability.
But while the Joker dominated offensively, some people were itching to complain, and his defense was their favorite topic. But guess what? He's stepping up there too. This season, he's hitting career highs with 1.8 steals and 0.7 blocks per game, showing he's just not a playmaker, but a game changer on both ends of the floor. And let's talk about his player efficiency rating, which at 33.3 is on track to be the highest in NBA history. So now that he's stepped up defensively, what's left for haters to hate on? Well, if it's not that he's stat padding, it's that he's enjoying white privilege. And you can't blame the envious analysts. They have to analyze, and that involves talking and zero doing. But Jokic is still doing a lot. He has also surpassed Magic Johnson on the all-time triple-double list, sitting third. With 139 career triple-doubles, he's far ahead of other centers like Wilt Chamberlain and Domantas Sabonis. And like a true Joker, Jokic does not fit the mold of what people expect from a superstar. He's not the loud, brash type. He's just a genius who's redefining how the game will be played. His approach is turning the center position from a relic of physical dominance into something more incredible. Like Steph during the Warriors' crazy run from 2015 to 2022, the league's changing again. Jokic is reshaping what we expect from centers. Just look around and you'll see players like Domantas Sabonis, Bam Adebayo, and Alperen Şengün taking cues from Jokic's playbook. More and more teams are turning their centers into playmakers rather than just a paint protector. This shift has led to a new archetype, the point center, and is the new standard where size doesn't limit your role, but expands it. You see, Jokic's leadership and playmaking are the soul of the Nuggets offense. His connection with Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray has been formidable, and with Russell Westbrook bringing the fire, it's bound to get better. And what's more, since his game isn't based on athleticism, this efficiency is destined to continue for a long time.
He got another 5 years because when he gets older, his game gonna still be fine because he's not the most athletic brother in the world.
So who wouldn't want to replicate a system of play that leads to wins and basically doesn't age with Father Time? Indeed, Jokic is not just changing how centers play, he's setting a new blueprint for basketball itself. Rather than athleticism and force, it's now going to be skill and strategy. But then again, good luck to anyone trying to find another Joker. And speaking of what we need to find, some team or coach has got to come up with a version of Hack-a-Shaq for the Joker, because what he's doing now is just unfair. But this Hack-a-Joker, if you want to call it that, has got to be totally different from Hack-a-Shaq, because this time around, this man can shoot. But what do you think? Are we on the cusp of another wave? Is the NBA about to move away from the three-point game to, let's call it the Joker-centric game? Let's have your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, then you should see why Charles Barkley was totally right about Nikola Jokic, but Denver won't listen.